On this week's Most Craved.
The human adventure is just beginning. Star Trek is coming back to television.
And who won the Super Bowl? Who cares? We've got trailers!
Hey guys, welcome to Most Craved. I'm Jenna Busch with Legion of Leia.
I'm Silas Lesnick with ComingSoon.net.
And I'm William Bibbiani with CraveOnline. Hey, Star Trek! That crazy Star Trek!
Wait, that's not, no.
Same.
No.
They're
Where's
both
your
the
theremin?
spacey.
Where's your theremin? There you go. No, we're going to have to pay money for that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so the Star Trek TV series that we are getting has a showrunner. It is Bryan Fuller.
To be clear, it's Bryan Fuller and Alex Kurtzman.
Yes.
Where everyone's super excited about Bryan Fuller. Bryan Fuller got his start writing Star Trek with Deep Space Nine, and then he moved on to Voyager. Then he made a huge name for himself as the creator of Pushing Daisies and the extremely hit and very popular TV series Hannibal. The ratings weren't that great, but everyone who saw it loved it. Everyone's super excited about that. But it's also Alex Kurtzman who's involved with the new movies, and everyone's kind of like, yeah.
I got to say, I don't have anything against Alex Kurtzman. I think Star Trek Into Darkness is really bad.
Really bad.
But I think there's problems that hit that movie that are independent of his and Bob Orsi's involvement. I am so excited about Bryan Fuller, though. If I could name anyone in the world that I wanted as the showrunner of a new Star Trek series, it would be Bryan Fuller.
Oh my God, absolutely. And he's doing American Gods, which is
also
incredibly
And
awesome.
he's doing amazing stories, so I'm worried he's going to be like too busy.
No, he can do all the things. It's
all right.
fine.
I suppose he can do all the things. I've interviewed Bryan Fuller on many occasions, and if you ever get him talking about Star Trek, his eyes light up. He's so excited. He's got so many ideas, and he's actually been really coy with a lot of the things he wanted to do with the show because he really wanted to try to do it. One thing he did mention a while ago, which was really, really cool, is that his dream captain of the starship, which apparently is supposed to be all new characters, but that's all we really know, Angela Bassett. Awesome.
Yes, do this.
Awesome. Remember Supernova? Other than that, this is a great idea. No, I love Angela Bassett. She's so great.
She's awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah, it'd be really, really cool. I think, I don't know, the trick with the show is that we don't know what it is. Is it?
I'm pretty certain it's going to get back to the original continuity. Like I would hope so.
Yeah.
I think that the advantage Star Trek has that you see a lot of things. Yeah, even Alex Kurtzman's doing the MonsterVerse at Universal, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Universe. Continuity is really big right now, and even on television we have Flash crossing over with Supergirl. Right. People like these big fictional universes, and Star Trek is
kind of invented the fictional universe.
Exactly,
yeah.
And there's no reason not to go back to it. It is such a great format for telling stories. I'm curious what time period it'll be set in.
Yeah,
that's part of my question. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so excited about this. I mean, I love Star Trek so much. I know I talk about Star Wars all the time, but I love Star Trek. And I just got a chance to watch a whole bunch of Next Generation episodes again for a project that I was doing, and I sometimes forget how good it was.
Yeah, I rewatched. I'd actually never seen all of it, but I rewatched Deep Space Nine from beginning to end.
Deep Space Nine is actually my favorite.
I love
think
Deep
it's the
Space
best.
Nine.
I think it's somewhat of a rocky start and somewhat of a rocky ending, but like the middle 5 seasons are so consistently excellent. And that's also one of the seasons that Bryan Fuller worked on, so badass. But I don't know. For me, if you're asking me what you want to do to get Star Trek going again, I think we need the same amount of distance we needed when Star Trek Next Generation started, which is take everything that happened in Voyager and Deep Space Nine and Next Generation and then jump ahead another 100 years or so.
I would not jump ahead 100 years just because there are so many actors that were involved in Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager,
yeah, they can
all
still
of whom
be part of it.
could guest star.
Yeah.
And if you jump forward too much, you stretch credulity because you have Dr. McCoy guest stars in the first episode of Star Trek Next Generation. It'd be a little silly if all of a sudden humans are living for hundreds of years with any alien.
Yeah, because there's so many. I would love to see them come back. Chase Masterson.
Absolutely.
Yes, put her on it.
It's called time travel, and it's called a holodeck. We've got it.
Yeah,
but wouldn't it be great? No, think about it. Think about this. In Star Trek Voyager, we had a whole character who was a holodeck creation. Why not have like a holodeck Picard come in and give you advice on stuff, and he's just always there? And you can walk around the ship because they did that in Star Trek Voyager. You can have a holographic character like the new Data.
You could.
I mean, that
but
was the Doctor.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there should be a whole species. There should be a whole like we're fighting for holographic rights.
I mean, they had that. They had that on
Yeah.
Voyager.
I know, but like,
and
as a whole group of people. I guess is my point.
I realize, because as much as I like some of the fanboy shows that are on now, The Flash and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, they're missing a sort of like intelligence that I really and it's not to insult those shows, but what I really liked about Star Trek, and I was going back and watching a lot of it again, is realizing that Star Trek would quite often take a ethical or philosophical issue and break it down into a metaphor and then dissect it.
Yeah.
And we don't have that as much on television now.
Not
And
as often, no. It's really not that consistent. I would argue that you have that on shows like The 100, which is actually consistently about those sorts of dilemmas and handle them really well and really entertainingly. But Star Trek is, we got so used to the Star Wars idea of entertainment, of genre entertainment, the idea that it's fun. Mostly
a lot of
it's
it's
fun.
candy. Like,
Mostly it's
Yeah.
candy. This is a dessert. Star Trek was a whole meal. Star Trek was hard sci-fi a lot of the time in a really good way, and I would like to see a return to that.
Also, that holographic Picard, if he could just follow me around in my actual life, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
you
That'd be
need a
totally
29th century hollow emitter to do that.
I know. Damn it.
Time travel, we're fine. What did you guys think of the Super Bowl and the trailers for it?
I watched the second half.
Okay.
I saw all the trailers.
Okay.
Jungle Book was actually my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
First, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I think this particular trailer, every little thing that we've seen from this movie has just taken my breath away. And I got to see more of it. And kid Seth is so freaking cute. I can't handle it. Cannot handle it.
I think it's probably the first time that looking at footage from a movie, I would not know it's 100%
Absolutely.
99% CGI.
Yeah.
Everything in the movie is CGI except for Mowgli.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's cool because I talked to Ben Kingsley about this at D23, and he said, that he was on set with him, which is really cool. So even though it's CG, this kid was working off the other actors, which I think is really neat.
I liked the synergy because there was like a panther in the movie for the Jungle Book in the trailer, and there were a bunch of panthers on the field in the Super
Oh,
Bowl. So that
did
was
you
pretty
really
good.
just do that?
I did.
Oh,
Hey, there's no rule that says a panther can't play football.
there's probably a rule.
I don't
You
think
know,
it's specifically
when
a
we
rule.
get to a point where the players can wear like motion capture outfits, and then there's a version of the game that just
That'd be
is
awesome.
the mascots or whatever, then I will start watching sports.
That would be amazing.
CGI Puppy Bowl.
Silas, what was your favorite trailer from Super Bowl?
Independence Day has me excited,
Yeah.
but so does X-Men Apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah, I like that Fox seems to have realized that these superhero movies, and Deadpool's the same way, is just show us the character, make the costume look like the character's costume, and like don't make it into like a weird leather outfit version of the costume specifically for the films. Just make the costume that everyone recognizes. So just seeing Psylocke was really cool.
That was cool. I was a little disappointed by that trailer, not because it looks bad, it looks perfectly fun, but because the majority of the stuff we saw in that was either stuff we'd seen in the other trailer or merely an addendum to it. There was that money shot
I
of Psylocke,
like that.
definitely.
I am a fan
It's
of
a
trailers
Super
showing
Bowl.
me as little as possible.
Yeah, I don't want to see more.
You don't want to see any more than we've already seen.
No.
We got to see Psylocke slice a car in half.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay.
No, I'll see
sorry.
it when I see the movie. Because I just, it was sort of like what we were talking about with Star Wars. Like, it was after a certain point, I was like, stop. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see anymore. I want to wait until the movie comes out.
I'll say this. I was
So-
very, very happy we saw more of Independence Day resurgence. Because that was the first trailer I went to was basically like, it's Independence Day and the aliens are back. Wee! I'm like, all right, what else you got? The new footage we saw in the Super Bowl trailer was so beautifully composed. Like, say what you will about Roland Emmerich. Go ahead. God knows I have. He knows how to compose destruction like very few filmmakers do. So just the way that the alien attack was framed in these giant shots with a lot of depth and detail, or that really crazy bit where all the monuments were like flying in the air and then dropped again. I'm like, dude, awesome. Yes, I want to see this. I don't care if it's dumb. I want this Roland Emmerich back. It looks really, really neat.
Civil War was also like
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
I thought they did an effective. We have a point in trailers now where we get a lot of the like drum beat or sirens going off, and the chanting worked really well.
Yeah.
I thought.
The Dark Knight Rises effect.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we've seen variations of that over the years, but Civil War just looks awesome.
I think so too.
And I think they did a really good job with social media with the team emojis.
Yeah.
A lot of people were, just before the Super Bowl began, were saying, like, they're going to show us Spider-Man. They're going to show us Spider-Man. They're not going to show
No,
us
they're not
Jack.
showing us Spider-Man.
They're not going to show us Spider-Man. I'm surprised if they show us Spider-Man in anything before the movie comes out, because as soon as they do, it becomes Spider-Man Civil War. Everyone's going to talk about Spider-Man, no one's going to talk about the actual movie.
And you don't have to. You don't have to show us Spider-Man. We're going to go see the movie anyway.
Yeah.
We know he's in there. You don't need to leak it. It's
I realize what I'm most excited for is actually when it came down to the teams and like looking at the names, it's like, you know, Cap and Vision are on different sides.
yeah.
And when you look at Cap as like the really virtuous guy, Vision is worthy enough to lift Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
So what's the divide that actually happens in the movie?
They keep
Yeah.
asking us, like, whose side are you on? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. You haven't made the argument. How can I decide whose side I'm on?
Which emojis are cuter?
None of the emojis.
I'm totally kidding.
Here's what I will say real fast before we go. It's not a trailer, but the Coca-Cola commercial where Ant-Man like fought the Hulk over a Coca-Cola. Okay, that's really, really fun, but you did it completely wrong. Superheroes don't fight over Coke, they fight over Hostess fruit pies.
Yes.
We all know that superheroes fight over Hostess fruit pies. Where is that tie-in? Do they even still make those?
I think so. I don't know.
They should bring them back and have a whole movie about it. That would be awesome. Dr. Doom has stolen all the...
Creating a Hostess fruit pie
What was
emoji.
your favorite Super Bowl trailer? What do you think about Star Trek and things?
Are you hungry for dessert now?
We've got a Twitter handle. You should contact us on this and come back every Wednesday. For more
Actually, we'll
of
be back next week with a special Deadpool episode.
Yes.
We're gonna have Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers of Deadpool, come on.
That's true, and they're
gonna be
going to
cool.
tell us, and that's going to be a big spoiler-filled discussion. So see Deadpool this weekend.
There's
Marvel's-
even a scene in Deadpool, if you see it this weekend, that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
That was cut out of the press version. So I'm gonna
Just to
try
be
to see
a jerk.
it again.
Yeah, I think we all saw it. We all really liked it. It's a damn good movie. Let's go see Deadpool this weekend. Come back.